Hey, welcome to the channel. Today we're painting live behind Blue Mountain Lake in the Poconos. Tried getting down to the other side of the trail behind me to paint some lily pads, and I saw a huge amount of bear scat. So I turned around and came back and decided I would just paint the trail. Here's my palette: ultramarine blue, cadmium red, transparent orange oxide, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, cadmium yellow, titanium white, Mars black. We'll go ahead and get a little bit of a tone down on the canvas, and I'm going to use transparent orange oxide and a little bit of my yellow ochre. Hot and humid day here, so I sure as hope I'm not going to need a lot of water, but you just never know. So I'm going to tilt this down so you can see my work a little bit easier. Using my handheld easel and palette box, which is nothing more than a clamshell pencil tin. Burnt sienna in there. There you go. Just going to frame this up. I think what I'm going to go for painting in landscape format is this. Let's see. So we got a little bit of the light in the background bouncing off of those trees on the shores of the lake, some hint of the water. It's not my favorite compositional design, but it's what we're painting today. So go ahead and roll it. Let's see. Get my slightly wet paper towel here. Just use this wet. I have two damp paper towels that I use to keep my brushes from drying out. I'm just going to use this one here, which tends to hold a little bit more water. A little bit more moisture, a little bit longer. I'm going to use this to kind of wipe out the paint and illuminate some of the brighter value spots. Not all of them, just some of them. Reinforce some of the darker areas. Looks like very mysterious right now. Get some blue and some red and get a nice purple going. A little bit of burnt sienna, a little bit of black. deer scat I saw earlier at the other end of the trail, which is an area that I wanted to go to. I can't help but have a little bit of concern for what's going on behind me. So I'm thinking there must be a den nearby, or at least I'm in the corridor that it travels frequently within to graze and whatnot. So hopefully it doesn't sneak up on me. If it does, and you hear me screaming and running, you'll know why. Alright, mixing up some dark green, a little bit of black, a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow ochre, really dull, drab green, a little bit of red got in there, and that's fine. I'm just going to use this to suggest some of the darker greens. Just looking for patterns, suggesting patterns at this point. Alright, now we're going to come through with some mid-tone greens. There's a lot of green in this. One of the aspects of painting here in the Northeast in summer is you get a lot of practice mixing greens if you choose to mix your own, and a lot of practice kind of understanding the different patterns that are created within the mixed tree foliage. So I'm going to hold this out and see if we come close. Yep. So kind of have the general hue there. It's pretty close. It's close enough. So I'm going to mix up some more of that because I'm going to use a lot of it. So a little bit touchy of the ochre. Cat yellow and ultra red. So this a little touch of that's yeah, I'll do the trick probably. Yeah, there you go. Kind of a mid-tone. Hold off on the highlights. I like to get some darker greens. So just a big mess right now. We'll get there. Slightly different green over here, we're going to go mostly black and tad yellow. Okay, just going to wipe out my brush here. We're going to mix up a little bit more of our purple color. I'm going to use this pointy round brush here. And we're going to use some burnt sienna and blue. A little bit of, I'm sorry, ultramarine blue and cad red. Create this wonky kind of purple color here. There we go. This up. Transparent orange oxide, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, quite a bit of white. Just mark some of the areas where the light is hitting. It's getting there. I think what I'm going to do now is focus on building up some of those trees. Use the same brush and create a little bit more of a darker purple. And we'll gray it out with a little bit of yellow ochre. warmer for starters. Stump sticking out there. Bunch of sienna. Fair amount of weight. Back there. Hopefully it's a deer. Something big moving through the woods behind me. I'm hoping it's a deer, not the not the bear. It's a funny thing, you just never know. Sometimes something sounds huge walking through the woods and you find it's a squirrel. Other times you don't think, give it a second thought. So it's a squirrel or a rabbit. And you turn around and there's a bear a couple feet away from you. I'm hoping that doesn't happen to me today. We shall see. Time to just focus on dappled light on the trees. Back to my red tint here. Let's see that white. Damn it, some kind of bug crawling on me. Oh, it's gonna be one of those days. Oh well. Whew. I don't know what the hell that was. Alright. Ah, shoot. Got mud and Lord knows what else in my brush. Alright, focus a little bit on. I'll wipe out my brush here. I'm use the same brush and get some more intense yellowish greens. Tad yellow, yellow ochre, white. A little touch of blue here. Stone right there. So, got some kind of crazy bugs. In this area. Like here. Go back to a little bit of a darker green here, a little blue. Bluish green. We'll try and push back on that. Darker blue or yellow here, or darker blue or green rather. Alright, so now let's get some of those stones built up before we try to wrap this puppy up here. Have a stone right there, a couple of stones on the side. I mix up another purple, a little bit of black, a little bit of blue, a little bit of red, a little bit of white. Transparent orange oxide. Black. Hopefully these bugs leave me alone for a while. Alright, so try to get the general shape here. Below here we have there's rocks there. It almost looks like there is a rock wall here at one point. Bit more black, red, some of the dark shadow patterns on this rock as much as we can. Just black to frame out. Suggestion of our little stump. Darken some of the shadow sides of the trees here. And this on my brush. It's too much for that tree. A little bit more blue. And about suggestions of shadow side of these trees farther away. Blue for dirt. Suggestion of a branch or two. We're going to go back to my broader tribes here. White, yellow ochre. It's purple, and then I'm going to bring this out just a little bit. Transparent orange oxide. I'm going to go a little bit more yellow, a little bit more yellow ochre here. There we go. You can see it taking shape a little bit. Got a little bit of red here, a little bit of sienna, white. This is the outer edge of the trail where the foliage is. Some trees as well. Oops. I have no idea what that was. Beam of light, which is broken, coming across this way. I can wipe out my brush, and we're going to mix up some more intense yellow screen. Diagonally. Just get a bit more yellow. Take the grasses and stuff. around 40 minutes, not too bad. I think what I'm going to do, shift gears here and focus a little bit on the sky. I could leave it white the way it is and be pretty happy with it, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm going to get a nice grayish, light sky blue set up here. Ultramarine blue, titanium white, and yellow ochre. Something big in the water here. We news reports of a crocodile off of one of the tourist beaches in Mexico, dragging a swimmer out to sea and killing him. Hopefully, we don't have crocodiles here in the Poconos. I don't think we do. Just kidding. But discomforting feeling. But probably just the fish coming after some bugs. What are we here? All right, we'll leave that there for a bit. Swat away this fly. We're gonna wrap up soon. Got this little refinement, some of the highlights and some of the dirt shapes. Alright, just fine things about this painting. It's just a little too dark here, so do something to dress it up. I'm not sure of what yet. Probably a darker green, darker gray or green, I think is probably the answer. So this is just a little too. 'Cause I have a tendency to make my ground surface a little dark. It's good to start to understand those tendencies for sure. It's definitely what was going on here. Can we use the same color to break up and soften some of the edges? And then get like a dark purple mounting there with the green. Alright, I think we're getting close to where we'll leave this for today. We will maybe tinker with some light greenish grays. Suggest some bounce off these rocks. brush here. Burnt sienna. And warm up. Some area cover foliage. And bring that into. Oops. Over this dark green again. Select areas. It's there for sure. I painted it. I'll probably leave it there for now before I do too much. Could always add to it when the inspiration rises. Bring down some of these reflections. There you have it. Trail behind Blue Mountain Lake. Thanks for checking out the channel. If you enjoy, like and share. Check out the educational content in the video tab. And hope you have a great day. Stay well.